Obama himself said previously that waterboarding constitutes torture, and it does, by the way. Then, during Obama's administration, Dick Cheney said publicly that he had ordered waterboarding to occur. So, Dick Cheney admitted to torture, which is a violation of the law. Did Barack Obama do anything about that? No. No, when it comes to investigations, all he's ever said is, we must look forward, not backwards. Which means we should not prosecute crimes. Though he has been prosecuting whistleblowers. Oh yes, he has. People who've leaked important information to the public about how something has been a terrible waste, or this one other thing over here has been corrupt, or, you know, rights violated. Those people get prosecuted. Barack Obama promised us he would close Guantanamo. Now, he didn't even have to change the nature of Guantanamo in order to keep that promise. You could just take all the prisoners on Guantanamo and ship them off to some other prison somewhere. And it would, you know, not solve any of the human rights abuses, but at least he would have kept his promise and saved face. He couldn't even manage that. Guantanamo's still open. We're more than a year into this. And now we're moving, eventually, to Bagram. It's a base we have in Afghanistan, where the BBC reports allegations of further abuse. And you know what? I bet that's true. I bet there's been a lot of abuse. There's pictures from Abu Ghraib I mentioned. Look it up. And at the time it was said these are just a few bad apples, most people don't do this. And it was also said that this isn't so bad, you know, stripping people naked and facing them with dogs and sleep deprivation and just trampling on their humanities in various ways. But it was said there was a few bad apples, you know. And then it was discovered that we had pictures of other incidents at other facilities. And would Barack Obama please release these to the public? And he said, no, I can't do that. But don't worry, the pictures, they don't show anything bad. Then why are you hiding them? I bet you $1 million there's abuse in those pictures. And the man I thought to be a great reformer doesn't want to face that. I've gone over in my head so many times what Obama would have done if he had been the man I had hoped he'd be. The bold speeches he would have made. Investigations launched across the board into torture, into wiretapping, extraordinary renditions. With perhaps the presidential pardon on the table for those that deserve it. Alright, we'll at least consider that option if someone deserves it somehow. But investigations. No. No, there have been no investigations. And he's been fighting the lawsuits in court, trying to restore rights to people. And now he has an assassination program. Even Bush did not have this. The right to murder whom he chooses? Because he said so? It's monstrous. And don't give me that crap about, oh, well, I'm sure he's only doing this and killing terrorists. How can you be sure? And even if this president is a nice guy with this power, what about the next one, or the one after that? You may have heard the expression, if men were angels, we would need no government. the people who governed us were angels, we wouldn't need to keep an eye on them. And we wouldn't need these rules against, torture and stuff. And recently, there's been talk of abridging Miranda rights. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say or do may be used against you in a court of law, that sort of thing. Nah, we don't want to say that out loud. As Glenn Greenwald states, anytime there is a terrorist attack, whether it's successful or not, the first reaction is to ask ourselves, what rights can we get rid of now? The idea, if we just get rid of enough of our fundamental liberties, then at some point we will be safe. It's not true. Because if your method to defend us from terrorists is to strip away our liberties, then you will open the door to attacks from the government itself. I can see where this is going. Or could go. We have assassination programs for terrorists. And then moves on to drug lords, because, you don't want to give a drug lord a trial. I mean, he might get off the hook. So, let's not bother with that. No, we'll just shoot him. Or give him a military trial, which, by the way, is better than nothing, but it's not up to par with full civilian trials. Not the ones we've crafted recently, that is. Theoretically, something could be a military trial and still have all the same rights, but that's not what we've been doing recently. No. Anyway, so we start shooting terrorists, and we start shooting drug lords, and we start shooting gangsters, and we start shooting, just anyone we don't like. We shoot innocent people. We've shot a lot of innocent people already. Not via the assassination program, but by a war. Now, I understand that war is a very complicated thing. Not complicated, it's a very chaotic thing. Sometimes people just get killed in the crossfire. Sometimes you drop a bomb on the enemy base, and, someone was walking by that day, or the bomb falls on the wrong building accidentally. Accidents happen, I understand that. But there's such a thing as negligence. And we've taken negligence to an absurd degree. Have you seen the WikiLeaks video? They call it collateral murder. It's a video from soldiers up in a helicopter, American soldiers. And they're told that there's this company, you can see people walking around, like, oh, looks like one of those guys has a weapon. Okay, we'll shoot. And they kill everybody around. And it turns out, there were innocent people in there, journalists, and so forth. And then, adding insult to injury, was covered up for a while until WikiLeaks got the tape and everything. There was an incident where, in Afghanistan, we surrounded a house with a bunch of soldiers with guns, and two guys ran out of the house to ask, why are you surrounding us with guns? Except they didn't get to really finish that process because they were shot as soon as they exited the house. Soldiers then rushed into the house, killed everyone inside, including a pregnant woman. And it was stated in media reports later that, the women, they were dead already. They had been killed at an honor killing or something. It was terrible. We didn't shoot them. And then eventually it came out, no, never mind, we did shoot them. And we covered it up. We're killing civilians over there.